So with the new ATF rule in effect, what can we actually build at home other than our firearms? Let's talk about it. What's going on, folks? Good to see you. Good to see you. Oh, man, I'm telling you, I'm pumped up to be here once again. Welcome to the FTQ80 Fireside Chat. Oh, man, anybody that's new, welcome to the show. We do this every Tuesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern. If you go into the chat, let us know where you are watching from. If you're watching this on replay, go ahead and hit us up in the comments. If you have any questions as the show goes on, post your question. Myself and my co-host, Mr. Weapon XYZ, we answer every comment that comes up without a doubt, as long as it's a respectful comment. If it's a disrespectful comment, it gets deleted. It's just how it is, man. We won't deal with that. So, tonight we're going to be going over since the ATF decided that it didn't want us to be able to exercise our Second Amendment rights and our freedoms to build our own firearms without government oversight. We're going to talk a little bit about what weapons we can make at home with our bare hands and very little tools and so on and so forth. So if you have anything that we don't cover in the chat, go ahead and hit us up. If you have questions in the chat, put 4 question marks so we can see your questions and don't have to weed through all of the other comments. Go ahead and Mr. Weapon XYZ will pull out the questions so we can get to them, and we may just answer them right on the fly. You never know. If you've ever seen this show, you already know that we just go take it as it goes. And tonight is not going to be any other, no exception. So before we go any further, before we get into any announcements that we have come up that, I think we got a couple, but I want to introduce you to my co-host, my boy, my partner. This dude has been with us for quite a while, even before we started this particular live stream. He's always on point. He always has good information, and I don't know if I could do the show without him, but I say that every week, but it's true, so I'll just keep saying it until it's not true. So without further ado, Mr. XYZ, what's going on, dude?
What up, peoples?
Man, oh man, he's got on the hat, he's got the headphones, got the glasses. We are in for a treat tonight. He is ready because he's got notes. He's going to be teaching this whole thing about what we can do. I got a couple of things to show. Actually, I got really one thing to show. I don't know. Can I show this on YouTube, dude? What do you think? Think they'll shut us off if I show this on YouTube? Nah. I got a DIY knife. I don't know. It's automatic, so you know how the people get about automatic weapons. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they'll like it. Anyway, we'll show them more about that later. But
bro, I'm gonna tell y'all, it was not what I was expecting. I'm thinking in my head something completely different. When Ram sent me the photo of it, he was like, "Oh, I fixed it. It's all good to go." I almost died. I almost hit the ground. I was fucking rolling.
Hey man, look, this is the finest type of weaponry you can find in some houses in the great Southeast. So I'm just gonna leave it at that, and I'll show you guys a little bit later. But before we go get into these announcements, man, who we got with us tonight, man? Who's it? The early birds in the house? Who's the usual suspects?
The earliest bird was Larry Parsons. He was in at 8:03. He was here. He's been here for an hour.
Larry, man, what's going on, my man? Good to see you. Good to see you.
9:03, y'all on the Pacific side and stuff there. I'm here in Central Time. We got Darth Dev, Angry Sarge in the house.
Angry Sarge, what's going on, my dude?
Hawkeye's in the house.
Hawkeye, man, I'm glad you're here, my friend. I'm glad you're here.
We've got Mr. Vino.
Mr. Vino, man, he is always, man, he is one of the first people when I put the stuff up in Instagram. He is one of the first people to click like, and I'm sure he's sharing it. And I just appreciate you, Mr. Vino, because you're always on point. You get in here when you can get in here. And man, I'm just excited to have you here. Who else we got?
Nico Bernie.
Nico, what up, dude?
And we got Mr. Chris Bennett in the house.
Chris Bennett. Okay, all right. There we go, guys. I'll tell you what, man. I definitely. Caleb showed. Caleb just bounced in the building.
Wow.
What's going on, Mr. Caleb? Good
Caleb,
to see you, my
what up,
friend.
bro?
Yeah, man. Well, guys, I definitely appreciate y'all being here. We are definitely going to need your assistance tonight, because I'm sure you guys know about plenty of weapons you can build at home other than a firearm, and everything that I'm sure Mr. Weapon is prepared to put it on the forum after we talk about it here tonight. I may do a tutorial of the weapon I have. It's going to be a real short one, but we'll see. Everybody should have these materials in their home, so it'll be real easy.
And if not, some of the materials you can use to make some of these are extremely cheap. I think the engine pushers or engine pullers, I think those are like $5 for like a 3-pack online at most places. They're cheap.
I'm sorry, dude. I'm listening to you, but I'm also watching my Wi-Fi signal. I mean, not my Wi-Fi signal, but my signal just tank. I'm sure I was frozen for a minute. Oh man, the wonder.
We got a few other people in now.
Who we got?
We got Living Free for Now.
What's going on, dude?
We got Tom Pettick in the house.
Man, I tell you what, the usual suspects are here. We're gonna get this show going. I'm gonna just tell you right now. I mean, I didn't take any notes for tonight. I was just excited to hear Weapon XYZ share what he's got going on, and let's see what we got here. Okay. Well, as far as events goes, we got the event coming up. The event coming up on the 17th. Give me 1 second. Just gotta. And Mr. Weapon XYZ forgets to turn off comments. He just puts them up there and lets them sit up on the screen. He forgets to turn them off.
Oh,
it's like he doesn't even see them, man.
How big of a screen are you watching on right now, Ram?
36 inch.
Shut up. I think I'm watching on a 19 inch, and I've got StreamYard on half, and I've got YouTube on the other. So you are the size of my pinky nail right now, mofo.
I'll take that under advisement. But yeah, so I'm watching I'm on the new computer, man. I can't, watch on a small screen, although I am streaming, on my other account on my phone. So if that's any consolation. So anyway, Guns Out Range Day, September 17th, 2022 coming up. I will definitely be there. I have already set my travel plans in motion, and so I'll be at that. And then, in October, New Hampshire, SIG Freedom Days, I'll be there on the 15th. Still haven't got my flight situation taken care of, but I'm registered for the event. So I guess I'll be there either way, even if I have to drive. So, and I think that's all we have as far as events right now. I think I forgot to put the Guns Out thing on the forum. I'll put that on the forum tonight once we finish up. Other than that, dude, I don't have any other announcements. If anybody wants the link, I'll tell you what, let me go ahead. There's the Guns Out information. If you want me to post a link in the forum, in the chat, just say so. I'll post a link in there so you guys can, but it's real easy. https://gunsouttv.com. Go there, get registered, and then the SIG Freedom Days is SigSauer.com. Scroll down about halfway and you'll see the registration for that. So real simple, real easy. Registration for the SIG is $199, and make your own hotel and travel arrangements. So anyway, all right, done with that. Guys, hit the smash the thumbs up button. since we're getting started. If we're getting value already and you get value week to week on this, go ahead and smash the thumbs up button. If you're just watching for the first time and you're not sure if you got value yet, watch a little further. And if you get value out of it, smash the thumbs up button. All right. Now the housekeeping's out the way. What? Okay, Sarge, are you still here, Sarge? Sarge is still here, right? Sarge, if you're still here, we might need your input on this also. But I'm gonna turn the stage over to Weapon XYZ.
We'll stay up for a second. Stay up for a second before we get into this segment.
Okay.
So, as we all know, ruling went out the 24th, right? We know how some companies are handling it. We know how other companies are handling it. I've seen a lot of hate online for some companies, such as Rocky Brass, who decided to go out of business. And a lot of people are going, oh, they're just, letting the ATF and the government force them. And it's not only that. A lot of people got to keep in mind that they're also losing a lot of their shipping companies will not move their product. FedEx, UPS, just to name two. I know there's plenty of more, won't ship their product. Well, if you can't ship the product and you are now limited to certain products that you're able to carry, which means you have to get rid of a certain part of your inventory. And these small companies don't have lawyers like Polymer 80 has, or like Zafiri Precision has, or like ADP Builder has. We're talking, Rocky Brass, and I can't think of the names of the other. There's been 2 or 3 other companies that have bowed out and decided to just sell out of their stock and quit business. You got to keep in mind that they're getting not only strangleholded by the ATF and by the federal government and by the commander in chief. I roll. But they're also getting it from all of these other angles as well. Not only that, but including banks on top of it. There's some banks that won't handle your money if you deal in firearms. So here they've got the banks, they've got the government, they've got the shipping companies. For a little dude, what else are you supposed to do? I would rather sell my stuff off and come out a little bit ahead than go bankrupt. But on top of that, as y'all have probably saw, I posted up into the FTQ80 in the general discussions. Polymer 80 is selling blank stock now. Blanks. The pistol blanks. Okay, let's not call them the F word anymore. They're from now and forever will be pistol blanks.
It's all in the wording. It's all in the wording.
They will be selling them 3 different ways. So the first way is your pistol blank, your rails, and your pins. Unserialized, no FFL. If you kept your old jigs, you're good to go. If not, I know you can find them on eBay and some other places. I personally would stay away from Gunbroker, since there's been a lot of information going on around about information being given from that particular company to the ABCs. I would stay away from that and buying anything building related anyways. That's just my 2 cents, in my honest opinion.
They're overpriced anyway.
Right. Overpriced anyways.
Extremely overpriced.
Yeah. You buy a jig for $150. Just the jig? I don't think so. And that's just the low bid. I think I saw a low bid on one. Starting bid was $59. But this is where members of the community, some of the folks here, okay, we can help each other out. If y'all live in the same state, you can help each other out. Or, if you're worried about it, ship one half of the jig one week and ship the other half another week. Regardless, it's still just a chunk of plastic. And without the other components, it's nothing. It's just 2 pieces of plastic.
And this is not legal advice.
Not legal advice. I am not a lawyer. They will also be selling one in a kit serialized with all of the stuff you need. which will need to be shipped to an FFL. Then they are selling a third option. God, what was that called again, Ram? You got that text message on your phone?
Yeah, hold on. I
Was
was going to bring it up.
Was it Build Better Back?
Build Back Better or something like that.
Build Back Better. No, it's called the Build Back Better, which I was just dying when I saw it, because if that's not a jab at the AFT, I don't know what is. But that one comes with the slide as well as your upper parts kit shipped to an FFL. I don't know the prices on the two serialized options,
they didn't
but
even
the
put the
unserialized is 110 currently. And last I checked, it was just Black C's, gray FDE and black V2s, and then gray FDE and black SCs. No PF45s that I saw on their site quite yet, but I'm sure it's only a matter of time. Yeah, Caleb, there's actually quite a few 3D printers, the guys that are making jigs right now. Here's another valid thing. If you have any jigs laying around and you guys want them to last longer, and if you're tool savvy, which most of us are, you can actually get some drill bushings, and you can drill out your holes larger and put in the bushings for that specific size drill bit. So a 3 millimeter, a 3 millimeter guide, or a 4 millimeter guide.
You know, I was trying to figure out a way to do that, and that's absolutely the perfect way to do it.
Yeah, just put in a 3 millimeter guide or a 4 millimeter metal drill guide in your jig holes, and you have a jig that will last forever.
Do you know where to get some of those?
You can get them at most your hardware stores. Fastenal sells them. What's the big what's the one? Yeah, I'm trying to remember the name of it. Fastenal is one of them, but there's another store that sells just your small tool stuff. Metal racks, fasteners, drill bits, screws. I'm trying to remember the name of it, and there's one like 5 blocks away from me. But for the life of me, it does not register. But yeah, you would just glue it in with a little bit of epoxy on the sides of it, and now, yeah, you got a jig that'll last you forever, bro.
How would you figure you would put the hole in the right place, so the center of it, the 3 millimeter, 4 millimeter center is in the right place?
You would use your existing jig, the jig that you already own, and you would just drill the holes to be able to fit the guides in there. So you would only need to drill them out another 1/10 of a millimeter, if that, in order to fit those guides in. And then you would just epoxy the guides in, and then you've got metal holes. Yeah, Granger, Harbor Freight. Yeah, miscellaneous supply. But there you go, guys. That's a good way to do it. Your jigs will last you a very, very long time.
Nice. Like, find them on Amazon. You're right. You can find everything on Amazon. It's like Google.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's a good idea, man. I ain't even think about that one.
I got you.
Cool. I got several tools that would need that implementation of guide.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's I believe they're just called I'd like to call it a bushing, but it's not a bushing. I believe it might even be called a drill guide bushing. If anybody knows the specific name for them, go ahead and pop it up in here in the chat. Speaking of chat, before we get into the weapon stuff, I'll pop up a few. Captain Bringdown said Shanks and Shivs tonight. What's my name? Probably. Darth Dab says he's got an old.
I got one.
Yeah.
A shank or a shiv, which never mind.
Bring it up. Bring it
up. No. I'm saving it.
Darth Dab said he's got an old toothbrush. My response to Captain Bringdown was maybe, with the picture of a shank.
Maybe, possibly. Hey, I saw DIY for a homemade flamethrower. If you guys didn't see the promo that I put on IG, Facebook, what else did I put it on? I put it everywhere basically. With any place that has a reel, TikTok. There's a video. You know what? I'm gonna pull it up. There's a video of a guy who made a homemade web shooter flamethrower type deal. And I swear to you, this dude. I sent the video to Whippin' X. I said, dude, watch to the end, man. He'll guaranteed to make you laugh.
Oh, I sent Ram a message and I said, I can think of quite a few ways that I don't want to exit this world. And in a fiery blaze is right on the top of that list. I would rather drown.
I'm telling you, this dude, I don't know what possessed him to think this was a good idea, but
yeah, Blade Boy said fancy pen bushing or drill bushing would be called. Mr. Vino, you're welcome, dude. I can't take credit. I had seen it, something similar mentioned online, and I was just like, light bulb. And it just kind of came to me.
All right, I'm gonna share this, guys. You've got to see this because I was weak trying. I was like, dude, you're gonna burn the hell out of yourself with this flamethrower. Some of you probably have seen this, but let's see. Give me a second. Share screen. Okay. All right. Window.
I'll be right back. I just got to grab something to drink real quick.
So this guy decided he was going to make a flamethrower that you could put on your wrist. So you see that big black thing that's on his wrist right now? That is a flamethrower. Well, let me see. I'm going to try and make this bigger for you guys. All right, there you go. So hold on. Wait a minute. Damn it. All right, so it works pretty good, I guess. But watch this. The dude almost lit himself on fire. Don't make a flamethrower web slinger, guys. Do not do that. That's a good way to catch yourself on fire.
Hey, that's good use of that, Tom. Or if you got a good slingshot, load one of them up.
You really? Yeah, you saw how well it went, didn't you, Hawkeye? You saw how well that went. I don't understand why people do what they do. There was a video that actually I couldn't get the pictures to. For some reason, it wouldn't download the pictures. But there was a dude that did that same thing, but he had the fuel supply on his back, and he was shooting out like a 7-foot flame from web slinger flamethrowers. And there were several pictures, man. He was lighting stuff on fire with him and everything. I was like, yo, that's nuts. And then I ran across that guy. I was like, now that's funny. Anyway, dude, you ready?
Yeah.
All right. So what did Cable say? No, if you want a flamethrower, do it like Boba Fett on the back of the wrist. Yeah. That would be hot.
Yep. Exactly.
Absolutely.
Or on the side.
Somewhere, the dude, just
somewhere
in case
you don't have dangly stuff there.
Well, the way he did it, he had 2 lighters that were taped together, right? Then he had another lighter that was like off to the side. So 2 lighters like this, and then one off to the side. And he had a thing when he pushed it with his finger, it shot out The fluid from the two lighters.
The lighter that was off to the side, he had a rubber band wrapped around the button.
Yeah.
So when he'd strike the button, the rubber band would keep it going. And then when he pushed his wrist down, it would push the buttons on the other two and release the butane.
Yeah, there you go.
Dumb shit.
Oh, they were selling fireball launchers. That's
Playboy. I love Touch of Modern, dude. I love Touch of Modern. I've seen the wrist fireball launchers on there. Kind of like a magician's
I saw
trick
those
thing
a long time ago, and they were out of stock. Either that or too expensive. Kind of can't remember. I've seen those also. So, Mr. XYZ, he's prepared to show you guys what he has on his list of things. He's got I don't know exactly everything he's got, but I know he's got some write-ups on some good stuff, some actual things you can use. Okay, real stuff, guys, not no BS that like we were just showing, but real stuff you can use that you can make yourself, that you can use for self-defense, EDC, that you can make right at home. So I'm going to give him the stage and let him show you exactly what he's got. Guys, if you've got anything, any questions about what he's about to share with us, again, put 4 question marks. So I can pull them up for him. So, I'll break into, whenever I can break in what he's talking about, I'll deliver the questions to him so he can address them. If you are watching this on replay, go ahead and put your questions in the comments, and I'm sure Weapon XYZ will absolutely answer you and lead you in the direction if you have any questions on where to get certain things. So without further ado, Mr. XYZ, what's going on, man?
What up, guys? I am just getting ready to share my screen here. So give me just a second.
Share your screen, Big Daddy.
All right. So if y'all can see what I've got up here, I'm sure. So I'm actually going to go into, since we're talking a projectile weapon, the ATF decided wasn't cutting it. I'll go with some throwing spikes. So some of you might know I carry a set of 3 quite regularly, but I also trained for many years in knife throwing. There's pretty much nothing I can't throw with a sharp point on it or even a blunt one. But throwing spikes you can make at home fairly easily. I'm going to pop up my write-up here, which I will end up posting into the sub. And I'm just going to bring this up so I can read off of it here. Bear with me. I'm trying to fix the window size. All right. So for these, you can use essentially any rod-shaped hard tool steel. Some household items that can be used to make them. Broken screwdrivers. Hardened grade 5 or 8 bolts. Masonry bits. I prefer the 1/4-inch ones with either a 4 to 6 millimeter head. Leaf springs from cars. The rods from old shock absorbers. One of my favorites, which are just about freaking perfect and very hard, are engine lifter rods, also known as engine pusher rods. Metal cutting files, woodworking rasps. Your basic throwing spikes, typically anywhere between 6 to 12 inches long. I prefer 6 inches long for concealability. I prefer a 1/4-inch diameter, although I have owned 1/2-inch diameter ones. Thicker spikes are heavier. They're going to require more arm strength to throw them, but at the same time, they're going to have more momentum when they hit you, or when they hit the object you're throwing them at, and likely will do more damage. If you do one, you want the taper to be about 2 inches. I won't read off this whole thing. I'm just going to go back down to the bottom here. I will post this write-up on the forum for everybody, along with a few links. One to a great website that goes into all sorts of different items and stuff that you can turn into self-defense and survival weapons, or items that you can use in survival situations. It's called Survivopedia. Just so happened when I was doing this write-up, I decided, I'm going to go grab some notes from somewhere else, because it's always good to get input outside of your own. Here they are. So the top one labeled throwing spikes there. Those are going to be your 1/4-inch masonry bits. Those are the ones with the 6mm head.
God bless you.
Those were made very simple, with just your standard, always a student. Yeah, exactly. Always a student. I think I had said this one time before too, when it comes to anything that you do, whether it be martial arts, whether it be shooting. I haven't reached perfection when it comes to my knife throwing. I never will, because if I do reach perfection, then I've given up. I've given up my training. I continue to keep training with anything that I do to get better, even if I feel that I'm on par enough. The second object there in the picture, those are your pusher pins. I think that one was a 2-piece. Those are 14 inches by 0.6 centimeters. You can make 2 throwing spikes out of those. The ones on the bottom here are actually made from those pusher pins, and you see there's got about a 1.5 to 2 inch tip on them. The reason you want them 1 to 2 inches is for penetration. If you have the tip too short on those, it's just going to bounce out of whatever object you're throwing them at. When it does come to self-defense for those, I typically like to have, if you can see on here, I typically like to have a flat or a semi-round end on them. I carry a 3-pack because I can toss a couple, or I can use one as an ice pick if it comes to a close quarter combat type of a situation. They're best, the Hollywood movies love to say that these are just your most efficient killing machines ever. Any ninja movie you've ever watched will tell you that. You can. It's quite doable if you hit a soft spot. If you hit throat, inner thigh, armpit, they're going to cause some serious bleed out. But if you were to hit something harder, like say the head, maybe an arm where there's muscle tissue, it's still going to hurt like hell and make them second guess, continue to pursue you. I would use them mainly in a get out of there type of a situation when backing up to create distance between you and your attacker. We'll move on to the next one. Once again, guys, I'll put up a write-up for this. I love them. I've owned probably 6 sets of throwing spikes. The ones that I currently own, I would love to get a new case for. But these are the ones that I carry at least once a week, maybe twice a week. And you can see they've got the round butt end on them, so I can easily hold it in a ice pick grip. And when you're throwing these, it's typically in here. If I'm going for concealed, I can bring it all the way back. It's completely invisible and not able to be seen if I'm holding it at my side. We'll move on to the next one here. Another thing to add to this, there are tons of items in your household that can be used for throwing or just practice throwing. your typical, if you want to call it a masonry blade or a like a construction blade for cutting carpet. Those are quite thicker than your standard utility knife blade. That's what the word I was looking for. Yeah, quite a bit thicker than your standard utility knife blade. And if you were to grab a handful of those and chuck them, they're going to hurt like hell. Make them think twice about it. But they fly pretty well too. Yep, Hawkeye darts. Yep, darts, lawn darts. Other household items, if any of you have a D, it has to be Class D, fire extinguisher. They make great bludgeoning weapons. But also the gas in them is different than the gas in the ABC extinguisher. And the gas in those has nasty shit in it. It's got some fiberglass particles, and the fluid that's actually in those extinguishers is also flammable. What it's meant to do is go onto the fire and take all of the oxygen, and then it dissipates due to the chemical reaction. It's just a little funny survival knowledge stuff there. The other object is actually going to be a monkey fist. So I know Ram loves playing with paracord. I've played a ton. Yeah, I've played a ton with paracord and love it. But the monkey fists are pretty easy to make. The one that I have here is actually made with a about a 1/2 inch ball bearing steel. It's pretty nasty. A lot of people are like, well, you got to have to get close in order to use that. Yes and no. You can actually take, say you're wearing a hoodie. Just so happened to get lucky. My wife lost a hoodie string in the dryer the other day. But if you were in a situation where, let's say you were being followed and you had one of these on your keychain, slowly strip your hoodie string out. Take your string, tie it through, knot it up, and slide it in. Now you've got yourself something that's about 4.5 feet. That can put some distance between you and whatever you're going after. I've also used these monkey balls before, or monkey fists, whatever you want to call it. You can actually take and turn these into bolas as well. If any of you are familiar with bolas, it's an ancient weapon. You would put one of these balls on one end of your string, and on the other end of your string, you would have two of these. You would want your middle string in between them to be approximately 3 feet, 3 to 4. Chuck it at your attacker's legs, or somebody trying to flee the scene from your house, whatever the case may be. You're not going to cause them serious bodily injury, but they will smack that concrete real fucking hard.
Face plant. And if you swing it at them, no matter where it hits, it's going to hurt. It doesn't have to be lethal to hurt. It needs to be a deterrent.
I also made one when I was about 14 with an 8-ball instead of a ball bearing. That one I had attached to there's a 2-foot strand woven. So it was about say a 1/2 inch cord, 3 feet of 1/2 inch cord with an 8-ball on the end of it wrapped in paracord. Wow. Nasty. That was sitting on my little end table as you walked into my house when I was in my teens.
Nice. What else you got?
That's all I got for tonight, man.
That's all you got.
That's all I got for those. Yep.
Well, I got something. Well, before we get into that, guys, also, putting the ones up I already put up.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget, you can also make homemade pepper spray. Get some ghost peppers, put in some water, and put in a little thing. All you need is something to get. It's sort of like a 22. It's a get up off me type weapon.
That,
Something
or
to get
if
away.
to add to what Ram said, that, or if any of you guys have any wasp, hornet, any insect sprays, those are one of the worst eye irritants you can spray in somebody's eyes. They're fucking nasty and they smell terrible. It's almost like a chemical pepper spray.
Yeah. Yep. So there's plenty of things that you can, it's always questionable of whether, they assaulted me. Well, weren't you assaulting them first? Trust me, only use these things, in case of emergency, not just to hurt anybody.
Exactly.
That goes without saying. Don't go out to hurt people, but
don't go out
if
looking
you need
for trouble.
Yeah. Source from construction site, wood, marker stakes. Yeah.
I
zombie
used
vampire stuff.
I've actually made you want to call it a bolt launcher out of the construction plastic stakes or markers. You'll also see them if you live in any of our snowy states here. You'll see those quite often used to mark the sides of people's driveways, so that the snow plows don't go up into their grass.
Dude,
but
those aren't swords.
You can take a PVC pipe, and a glove or a nice thick water balloon, and you put that on the end of the pipe, load your dart or your stake into the pipe, and pull back on the balloon, and you've got yourself a little dart bow.
I actually saw one of those. I had downloaded a picture that I was going to put on the video, but hairspray can be used like mace. Absolutely. But yeah, so there's plenty of things, guys. What else you guys got? What else you got that can be used or can make at home? I got a switchblade right here that actually can be made at home. I bought it when I was in Whiteville, Virginia, West Virginia. I was coming from Tennessee and kind of got stuck in Whiteville overnight because the transmission blew out. Long story, but I went to a novelty shop and I saw this switchblade. And I've always been a purveyor of weapons, and I've used this thing so much that the name actually got rubbed off. It lost its name. It used to have the name on the side of it, and I actually had to do some repairs so it'll be ready for tonight's show, because it is an automatic. I'm kind of weary of showing it, but I'm going to show it. And it's called a hillbilly switchblade. And I'll tell you what, I'll just show you a picture of it real quick. That's the hillbilly switchblade. It's an automatic weapon. And I have it right here. See that? It used to say hillbilly switchblade right there, but I cut so many people with it that it came off. So, you just, you have your button right there and you just instant blade. And I got it from the hillbillies of Whiteville, West Virginia. So it's real easy. Just reload it. It needed a new spring. The spring had broken. So I put a new spring on it today. And, good home defense weapon. Anybody can make one. As you can see, real easy. Popsicle stick, clothesline, 2 popsicle sticks, rubber band, and a clothesline, and you got yourself a hillbilly switchblade. So this is one of my guys. You would not believe these are all original parts. It's over 20 years old. My wife said, I've known you too long, because we bought this. Our 25-year-old daughter wasn't even born yet when I bought this, and it's still here, still in my collection. So anyway, I don't know. You could stick somebody. Actually, you really could stick somebody with this.
The handle, if you sharpen the tip. The handle could use a little moisturizing, maybe a little mineral oil, maybe some tongue oil.
Yeah, something. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'll send it to you and let you do your woodworking on it.
Oh,
I know the guys. All of the guys they're speechless. They're not even chatting. They either laughing so hard or saying I'm a straight idiot.
Like I said, he sent me that same picture, and I just X's over my eyes, man. I was dead. I was fucking dead.
That was right after that picture is right after I fixed it. I searched high and low for the right spring or rubber band that would work. So yeah, it needs some wood burning, Hawkeye. I need your eye. I have wood burning, but I'd probably mess it all up. But you know what? I got a box of popsicle sticks in there, and I'm sure I could find a clothesline. I might make a whole collection of them and use some of them wood burning tips I got that I never use. Anyway, speaking of which, Hawkeye, did you see the DM that I sent you in the forum? I need your email, dude. I'm gonna send you the artwork for the badge. So pens with metal barrels. Yeah. Those work. You know what? Oh, damn it. I gave them all away. I had a bunch of pens that didn't work or that did work. I threw out the ones that didn't work. Let's see. Some of these.
Yeah, I carry
these got metal barrels in them.
Yep. I carry a metal pen. So I carry my standard EDC blade. This one is a Kalashnikov. But I also carry a metal pen with a metal tube, metal tip. Not any, EDC or self-defense one, just a basic pen because I don't want to draw attention, I don't want to pull out anything that looks super tactical and hand it to somebody.
I do. I don't hand my pen to anybody. Actually, I did give it to true story last week. I got a girl in the car that I had to drive to. She was going to Target. And I picked her up from a college campus in one of the local colleges. And actually, this is the college my youngest daughter just graduated from 2 years ago. And she said to me that the school told them that they cannot have any type of self-defense weaponry. Now, this is a Christian college campus. Now, not that Christian makes any difference, but this is a college campus. This is a college campus telling all of the students that they cannot have any type of self-defense weaponry. And this may or may not be true, but she has no reason to lie to me. But she said that she had a nice kitchen set of knives, and the RA, the resident attendant, came to her room and happened to see the nice set of knives. You know how when you have the block, the wood block, and all of the knives are in it. She had a nice set of kitchen knives, and the RA told her she could not have those knives, and she had to throw them out immediately. Now, these are kitchen knives. Told her she had to throw them out immediately because they could be used as weapons.
So I'm guessing she has some sort of a cooking element in her dorm.
Well, there's a kitchen. It's an apartment. They have kitchens, full kitchens.
Full kitchens.
Full kitchens.
What are these supposed to use?
They could have butter knives. That's it. Forks, spoons, and butter knives.
Send me her butter knives, bro. I'll sharpen them up. There'll be scalpels. There'll be scalpels when I'm done.
So, and she was telling me that she had been a victim of trafficking, sex trafficking. And she got away and that, she didn't want to be a victim anymore. So I took out my tactical pen and I gave it to her.
Yeah.
I said, you will, you're not getting out of this car without taking this. I said, it's non-lethal. It's made out of aircraft aluminum. It won't bend. It won't break. But if someone attacks you, aim for the neck, aim for the eye, aim for the temple, aim anywhere really. Because if you get hit with it, no matter where you get hit, it's going to hurt. But she said, no, we can't have. I said, then don't tell anybody you have it. I was like, I'm not giving you a gun, I'm not giving you a knife. I'm giving you this pen. She said, well, I can't take your pen. I said, I got more of them. I had two more right here in my drawer. They're in the other room now because I took one out because I'm using it. And then I got one as a spare in there. But I'm like, Are you serious? I told my daughter this, and I said, you know what? I'm glad you're graduated already, because if they had told you that, you'd be transferring. There's no way. I'm not going to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's a private college at that. Hundreds of thousands of dollars, and they're telling these people that they can't defend themselves.
Dude, you brought that up, and you know, it immediately made me think of that short video I sent you. Was it like 4 or 5 days ago, where the dude did kind of the spoof video on legal knives in the UK? You remember that?
Yeah.
So he brings up he's got this really nice knife in his hand, and he's like, yeah, I mean, this is a great knife, you know, and this picture of the knife is completely legal in the UK. And it's very easy for you to store in your pocket if you fold it up, if it's really nicely in your wallet. I was dying. I was fucking dying. And then he brought up another knife, and I think it was a Spyderco. Mm-hmm. And they make the Spyderco kits where you can build the wood knives. But he brought up the Spyderco, and he's like, here's another perfect example. This is a great knife, super functional, easy open. And he pops out the wooden knife kit, and he goes, and this is perfectly legal in the UK. And then a third one he brought up was a butter knife.
Yeah.
And he said it cuts through butter really well.
Cuts through butter, yeah.
It cuts through butter like butter.
Cuts through, yeah. Didn't he say that? He cuts through butter like butter?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's nuts how our country is getting totally freaking paranoid. Totally paranoid. Told them they couldn't have mace. They couldn't have pepper spray. They couldn't have anything to defend themselves.
It's funny because you look at places like the UK, and how many stabbing rampages have they had there?
A lot that they don't want to tell us about.
Yeah, a lot. Yet they don't allow firearms. People can't protect themselves. You can't carry an EDC blade unless it's the fucking smallest, most ridiculous thing ever. It's stupid. It's stupid. Yet some dude can grab a butcher knife or any kitchen knife and run around and fucking stab people.
Just
asinine, dude. Asinine.
Nuts. In case y'all didn't know, I ain't scared to say it. The name of the college is Regent University in Virginia Beach, Virginia. In case you want to look it up.
That's just ridiculous.
Pat Robinson at his finest.
That's just ridiculous. That's one of those things where, do they have a baseball team she can join just for the bat?
Oh my God, dude, she mentioned that. She said she was going to have a bat. They said you better have a glove and ball to go with it.
Bingo.
Wait, so if I have a bat, I have to have a ball and glove to prove I'm going to play baseball? Yeah, my daughter would be out of that school if she still went. There'd be no way. I'm not paying for her to go to college and be unsafe.
It's ridiculous, man.
She'd probably still go there, but let's just say she would be able to protect herself if she needed to.
Right.
But I'm glad she don't have to deal with that. But when I was in college, every young lady had pepper spray on a keychain. Yeah, my daughter had pepper spray on her keychain in college. Yep. It's easy. You're always going to have your keys with you, and it's real easy to get to if you needed it.
Have her pick up one of those little single knuckle EDC fidget toys.
Yeah.
The fidget toys. Wink, wink.
I did hear the fidget toys equal paperweights.
Yeah, the paperweights. The ring finger paperweights, one of those.
Yeah. I got a couple. Anybody want one of those? We could do a giveaway. I have one. Anybody want one?
Ooh,
I'll send it to you.
Heck yeah.
It's been in my giveaway box for over a year. Anybody want one? If anybody wants a ring finger paperweight, let me know. We'll do a giveaway tonight. But we got to we got 21 people watching. We got to get at least 10 people. Well, we just lost one. I don't want no giveaway. I'm getting off this live stream.
We still got 20.
Still got 20. That's funny. 20 people and 6 thumbs up. What is my screen frozen? No, my screen ain't frozen. Only 6 people are liking this tonight. Okay, well, that's all good. Yeah. Love y'all too. I bet you it's the usual suspects that thumbed up already.
We got 6. We got 18. Oh, it's climbing. It's climbing. We got 18 thumbs up.
Then I must need to refresh my screen. I still got 6 here. Anyway, all right, cool. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
But yeah, so matter of fact, anybody next week, because I have to order another one. Next week, I will give a tactical pen away.
Mr. Vino,
come on. Mr. Vino, if you're the only one that says come on with it, by the time we end this show, I'm gonna send it directly to you, dude.
Bob Masavo said he's schizophrenic, so count him at least twice.
Oh man. Hey, give me a second. Go talk about something real quick. Give me a second. I'll be right back.
Yeah, no problem. Something that I was talking to Ram about, because I brought up the monkey fist, because I only showed him the throwing spikes when we'd originally had the conversation about the stream tonight and the segment. We'd only originally brought up the throwing spikes, and I said, well, hey, I'm looking around and I'm like, well, what else, do I have that, I can make into something? I was like, well, I have a monkey fist. Ram was like, I've been wanting to make one of those, but I don't really know how. I told him to go out and pick himself up one of these. This is just a plastic ball in there you can use to make one. It comes with it, but it has no weight. So of course I just tossed this to the side, but this is your monkey fist maker. So it's a guide, and it actually gives you a step-by-step on how to make your monkey fist. I picked this up at, I think it was Hobby Lobby or Michael's, and where the rest of their paracord stuff was. Just because I got sick of doing the hand wrap style or wrapping it around a square wood block or a long rectangular wood block, made it really easy for making them as well. Yeah, that shit about the school is ridiculous. I think that's stupid as hell. I live, in Minnesota, and there's constantly women being attacked at the U of M here, Carleton College here, St. Thomas. We have a ton of them over in our Midway area in between St. Paul, Minneapolis there. And it's a constant occurrence. What up, Danny? We're just waiting on Mr. Ram to get back. There he is.
I'm back. I just wanted to show you. I'm going to give one of these away next week.
Very nice. Pen,
Sucker aircraft aluminum. It's not a razor edge, but it's very pointy. I don't know if you can see that.
Oh, yeah.
It's also doubles as a glass breaker. You can even hit them with this end of it. It's going to hurt no matter what. So, yeah. I'll order one of these. I'll give one of these away next week.
Yeah, nothing like a nice strike to the temple with one of those, dude.
And you can take it anywhere because it is a pen. I've gone in through the airport. I've gone into courthouses. I've gone into federal buildings. I've gone everywhere with this pen. And the first thing they say is, "What's this?" I go, "A pen." And I write with it, and they go, "Okay." Can't take my gun in those buildings. So
another thing I've been wanting to pick up, Ram, has been I believe they're typically advertised as a paracord tool, but they're essentially a Mariner spike inside of a Sharpie marker.
Huh.
So you've got what looks like just a Sharpie marker, cap and all, but when you remove the cap, there is a metal spike, probably half an inch to an inch underneath the cap. They're sold and advertised as being used as a paracord tool for like threading paracord, but we know what they are. Great little self-defense tool. Even if you didn't pull the spike out on somebody, I know Angry Sarge and a few of the other guys here who've trained martial arts maybe might know what a Yawara stick is.
Sounds familiar.
It's essentially just in any, metal stick shaped tool or wood, which you can use to get leverage when you're doing grappling with somebody. Can also be used to push on pressure points, strike the bridge of a nose.
So
a fid.
Needless to say,
inside a Sharpie.
That's what the man said.
A fid, a bit inside a Sharpie. Maybe. What did you mean, Bob?
Explain, Bob. Break it down, Bob. Break it down so it's forever broke, dude. Oh man, we'll wait for Bob to break it down before we sign off because it's just past 11 o'clock, and I'm sure people want to get ready for work tomorrow. He said fid. What's a fid, dude? What's a fid? I don't know what a fid is. Where's Bob from? That could explain what a fid is.
A fid.
What else we got, man? We got so many different things around here. And if worse comes to worse, if you're in your house, grab anything. Jeez. Just grab something.
It was one thing. A fid is the name for the rope tool. Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Thank you, Darth Dav. I've never heard it called that before. Oh, you sail. So it's a sailing term specifically. Gotcha. That makes more sense. Hawkeye said all this gangster talk.
And you're the lead gangster, dude. You got us all beat. Oh man. What was I gonna say? Shoot, it was something about being at home. Oh, what are you doing, Weapon?
You'll see.
I think it was.
Here's that spike tool I was talking about, guys.
Oh yeah, I've seen that, dude.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, looks like a normal Sharpie on the outside. You can even get it in all the fancy colors you want, but underneath it's hiding about a 1-inch nasty looking spike.
Nice. That's gonna have about $25 shipping on it from Etsy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You can find them on Amazon. You can make them at home using the same essential way that you would use to make a throwing spike, or you've also heard them called I called it earlier a mariner spike.
Speaking of which, I meant to find something that you told me about last week on Amazon. Let's see. KT.
Oh, good old flapjacks.
Oh, yeah. My dad used to have one of those. He hit me with it once. That shit hurt.
Yeah, flapjack or a blackjack or
a blackjack.
My buddy used to call them a dolly whomper. So anybody remember watching Jerry Springer back in the day? And whenever Steve, the big bald dude, would come out and somebody would be getting all rough and crazy, Steve would take him in the back off of the stage, and then they would come out acting right. My buddy and all of us used to say he got dolly womped in the back. Steve took him in the back, set him straight real quick, and brought him out. So my buddy saw the blackjack for the first time. I had owned
Lock in the sock. Yeah.
I had owned a polymer blackjack back in the day. So it was made out of like a reinforced nylon with the metal ball bearing in it. And the first time I pulled it out, my buddy was like, dude, it's the Dolly Whomper. And he was like, that's what Steve using in the back there? And I was like, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, rocks in the sock. I can tell you from experience, 8-ball in a sock, I've been hit in the head with one. And it was an accident. My buddy decided to toss an 8-ball in a sock. We were going to a rumble down the block from where we lived, and he was swinging it around. And I moved out of the way to avoid like a hole in the sidewalk or a crack in the sidewalk. And when I moved, the 8-ball came back and smacked me in the top of the head, dude. Let's just say he got his 8-ball in the sock privileges taken away that day. That's just mine now.
Yep, rolling nickels in the hand. Yep.
Although less common nowadays, since most people carry credit cards and stuff, I think it's very rare I have even a couple of pieces of pocket change in my pocket. But yeah, any hard object that you can use. Granted, there has been proven that fist packs can cause additional damage to your fist because your hand doesn't have any flex. It's solid, whereas normally when you're swinging a punch, your hand moves, it flexes when you make contact. Whereas if you have a fist roll in or a fist packer, your fist has no brace. It doesn't able to brace up against the meat of your hand. So typically, if you're going to use a fist pack, you want to use it in a downward striking motion, or you can even put it in your palm and brace it between your fingers and use it in a striking motion like this, like on the top of the nose, chin, jaw.
Yeah, hands and feet kill more than AR.
Yep,
yeah.
Hands and feet kill more than ARs.
I had a guy in the car today. I couldn't tell which way he was leaning. We got to talking because he asked me why I was getting off of work so early. I told him, I had a show to prepare for. And he asked me about the show, and I'm telling him, what we do and what we talk about and so on and so forth. And he was kind of commenting, but I couldn't tell which side of the fence he was on. So I gave him a JMD sticker with the information. I said, hey, check us out tonight. He may be watching tonight. So Kenneth, his name is Kenneth too. So, hey, Kenny, if you're watching tonight, man, hit us in the chat, man. Let us know. I hope you're enjoying the show if you're on. So anyway, well, I don't have anything else, man. And we are well over time, and we definitely appreciate the usual suspects hanging out with us. Guys,
yeah, that segment tonight, guys, was just to kind of poke a little fun at the old alphabet boys. Just to have a little fun with the ruling.
We had some good stuff on here, though, man. Like y'all had some great ideas, man. Custom 2x4 stipple bird with shiny nails. Yes, absolutely. I'm telling you, I'm going to do either do a spike bat or a barbed wire bat with a aluminum bat. I haven't seen that one yet. I've seen the wood bats. I haven't seen the aluminum bat. So I just got to get enough little screws and put enough holes in it to wrap the barbed wire around it. Roll of barbed wire is only like $25 for like 50 feet.
He might not be your friend tomorrow.
yeah, he might not be. You're right. I don't know, but hey, we do what we do, man. I'm not ashamed of it. Not gonna hide it. Anybody asks, they're gonna get it both barrels. So I didn't hit him over the head with it. I just gave him my point of view, not our point of view, but my point of view when it comes to this Second Amendment fight and what we have to fight. And he did agree that the gun controllers they take it too far because not everybody with a gun is a bad guy, and so he did agree to that. That there's a lot of maniacs out there making it bad for us. So again, without knowing what side of the fence his mindset is, he did agree that that just is not fair to us. So anyway, next week, guys, we are going to be, what are we talking about next week? We're Why don't we, you know what? I have a good idea. Why don't we talk about what is concealed? What do you consider concealed? Because I saw a guy walking down the street the other day, and I had people in the car. He's walking across the front of us, and he obviously had a gun in his waistband. He had his shirt tucked behind the gun, but the gun was in his waistband, no pistol. I mean, no holster. So my first thought was like, dude, get a holster. And then I realized the grip of the gun was wrapped with electrical tape. But my question is he carrying it with the grip showing because he doesn't have a concealed permit and he considers that not concealed? So the question for next week is, what is considered concealed? And we'll talk about that next week. How about that? Good subject for next week, guys.
Yeah, did his pants fall off?
They were down around
like
his hips.
Yeah. I used to carry like that when I was, 15, 16, because I was a stupid little thug kid being a dumbass.
Yeah.
But I grew up and realized that shit was dumb. Because chances are, if I slipped and fell, I'm just going to hurt myself. Much less going into a place where I don't want somebody to know I'm carrying and have it slip out of my pants leg or some shit. Bob, I'm sure the black electrical or duct tape was there so that he could remove it, and when he removes it, it removes his fingerprints as well. It's the only reason I would have ever wrapped one of my firearms or anything with duct tape or black electrical tape or whatever back in the day when I was doing dumb shit, is so that I could easily pull that electrical tape off or duct tape or whatever and chuck that in one spot and throw the pistol into the lake or whatever the fuck it needed to go after I was done using it. The only logical explanation I can think of, unless he was holding the piece of shit together.
I didn't get that good a look at it. Like I said, he was walking in front of the car, but that's the first thought I got, is that he was holding it together. But you do have a valid point. That could be why it was wrapped with electrical tape. But anywho, we are going to bid a farewell. We definitely thank everybody for being here tonight. Weapon XYZ, we definitely thank you for being here, fine sir.
Sir, thank you.
I just need to make sure we keep our heads up. We need to get back to building by any means necessary. Column 80 got our back. Guys, if you need stuff, get it by any way you can. If you need a jig, I'm sure someone in the community
Good night,
will be
Bernie.
able to help you out. Good night, everybody. We'll talk to you later. All right.
Good night,
Love
Chris.
y'all. Later.
Love y'all.